Text Virginia Minor Part 2 with Ranger Kathy. A woman in an 1800s-style blue dress stands in front of a stone facade next to a basket of fruit.
Welcome. I'm going to continue a story that I began in an earlier presentation.
Portrait and photo of Virginia Minor.
It's a story of Virginia Louisa Minor, who is living out here in Missouri.
Painting of riverboats on fire.
St. Louis has survived the Great Fire, where 15 blocks of buildings were destroyed.
Drawing of dying cholera victims.
And the cholera epidemic that has killed 10% of our population. And unfortunately, the Civil War is going to start in our country in 1861.
Painting of Civil War soldiers in battle.
It's a terrible war. It's a war in which we lose more Americans than in any other war. And
photo of Civil War hospital.
The estimates are 500,000 or 600,000 or even more, up to 800,000 Americans are killed, and we're killing each other. So this is a particularly sad time in our history. And when the war comes, Virginia Minor and her husband Francis, who's a lawyer, they are going to stay loyal to the Union.
Loyalty oath of Francis Minor.
During the war, Francis Minor is going to be an agent representing the interests of widows, orphans, and other folks. And we're going to see that his wife, Virginia, is going to get involved in a group. She is an upper middle class wife. She doesn't have to worry about money. She is going to do charity work, very typical of the women. She joins a group called the LUAS, the Ladies Union Aid Society.
Drawing of eagle and snake in front of memorial.
Their job is to raise money. And in 1864, they raised almost $550,000 at a sanitary commission fair because the LUAS work for the Western Sanitary Commission, and they coordinate things. And these women are supporting them. They are also supporting women who are poor. Men have gone off to war. Sometimes the pay doesn't come back to them. And so the women need a job.
Crowded room with women sewing.
The LUAS hire women to sew mattress covers and also shirts for the soldiers. And the LUAS are going to start working at Benton Barracks.
Drawing of Benton Barracks.
Which was located about 6 miles from here, but about 3 miles from where Francis and Virginia Minor are raising their son, whose name is Gilmer.
In portrait of a rural area.
And they're close enough that she can travel to the Benton Barracks almost every day.
Painting of men on horses at Benton Barracks.
And for every day, for almost 2 years, she provides produce from her farm. And at one point, she hears that the soldiers are getting scurvy. And scurvy is a disease where you lack vitamin C. You can get black and blue marks on your shins and your body. You have gums that swell up and ooze pus and blood. And you lose your teeth. And if you get a bad enough case of scurvy, you die. So she went to her farm, and she went to her other neighbors, and she picked cherries.
Photos of cherries and preserves.
Got neighbors to contribute cherries. And she makes cherry preserves to take to Benton Barracks, where, again, the soldiers are being cared for. And the Western Sanitary Commission provided the containers to contain the preserves, and they provided sugar.
Portraits of women aiding others.
And as the war goes on, these women are doing things. They are making decisions. They are hiring people. They are ordering things. They are raising money. And so, when the Civil War ends in 1865, these women, these LUAS, Ladies Union Aid Society ladies, they are going to be tremendously disappointed. They are not going to earn what they wish. They would like to get the right to vote. And that is what Virginia Louisa Minor is going to get involved in next in the post-war years. Thank you so much for listening and watching the second of a 3-part presentation about one of my favorite ladies. Her name is Virginia Louisa Minor, and she's going to get involved at the courthouse, which is part of our Gateway Arch National Park.
Logo, NPS Arrowhead. Text, Gateway Arch National Park, St. Louis, Missouri, 2020.